Sup fam, it's Masastin, back for another fan character spotlight. I put it to a vote on my DeviantArt page who would get the next video, and it only got 2 votes. Only 2 people voted. Whatever. That just means I could do whatever I want. Technically, Indyira won, so now we're going to learn who he is. I created Indyira in 2005 after seeing a Thanksgiving Day marathon of Avatar: The Last Airbender. As an OG fan of Dragon Ball Z, I immediately loved it and dove face first into the fandom. Unfortunately, there were only like 7 episodes to the series then, and it took 3 very long years for the series to wrap. But that didn't mean I couldn't create a character for it, which I did. Indyira's origin is spite. No joke, I created him just to piss off the Zuko fangirls, who at the time were ridiculously hackneyed. All their stories involve Zuko capturing some poor, fair-skinned brunette girl and treating her like crap until she falls in love with him somehow. What? Yeah, no, I'm serious. Yeah, those types of unhealthy fics is what spawned garbage like Twatlight and 50 Shades of Daddy issues. I digress. I created Indy just to plant a firm boot in the fandom and turn it on end by having Zuko fall in love with a boy. Yeah, real original. I'll be doing that for the next 15 years. But back then it was. Indyira's first incarnation was actually named Indiana. I shit you not. And he had bright ass red hair and purple eyes. Zuko won some kind of fighting match and Indiana was his prize. Oh yeah, Indiana was some sort of male geisha. He got amnesia halfway through the story. Please forgive me. He was always mixed with Fire Nation and Water Tribe, but back then he had some kind of negative avatar power, which is exactly what it sounds like. I never explained it, which is fine because I realized how stupid that was and buried that travesty of a story. I kept developing his character even though in every picture I drew of him, I openly call him a plot device, since that's what he really was. Anyway, I was having fun kind of trolling people with my my fanfic, but anyway, the series ended and it was amazing. I didn't think a kid's show could wow me like that, but Brian and Mike were like, we're doing this. And it was then I decided to take Indyira somewhat seriously. The series was great. It deserved my full fangirl effort. Indiana died. Like, literally died. I think I had him die at like 20 years old in his original story. And the wrap up of it is that he waits for Zuko in the afterworld for like 100 years or something lame like that. But yeah. Indiana died and was reborn as Indyira. Instead of a lame, yaoi running gag, he was now this underground fighter trapped under the thumb of an abusive parent. He escaped with Zuko's help and pledges his loyalty to him. It wasn't hard to revamp him and give him interesting traits. For instance, for a majority of his story, he's completely illiterate. That comes from me not being able to read any of the little posters on the show that they have, so I made a character that couldn't either. His latest rewrite happened around the time when U2 gave away their album for free, and I really loved it, so I made Indyira a singer too. And here is my attempt to make a portrait of Indyira as the portraits appear in Avatar: The Last Airbender. The portraits on the show are always like front-facing, kind of watercolor sepia toned on some kind of parchment, and I got the I got the reference of Lu Ten's portrait that Iroh has in the episode Tales of Ba Sing Se, just so I could pull inspiration from it. Rather than ramble on here, because I forgot to ask my DeviantArt watchers for questions they may have had for Indyira, I'm just going to put on some music and you can watch me speed paint Indyira's portrait. Enjoy! Alright, that about does it. You can read Indyira's fanfic on fanfiction.net. It's simply called Title. And you can see this full res photo on my DeviantArt page. That's it for this week's video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I update every Friday, and you can also follow me on DeviantArt and Instagram. I'm Masashdan here, there, and everywhere. Thanks for watching.